Success begins with wanting your goals so intensely that quitting is never an option. It requires working harder and smarter than anyone around you, pushing beyond average effort. You must commit fully to the grind, showing up with discipline even when no one is watching. A stronger why will anchor you through challenges, giving purpose to every action you take. And when setbacks come, transform them into fuel, using every difficulty as a stepping stone toward your next victory. Now I'll tell you 5 rules about success. Rule number 1. Want it as badly as you want to breathe. When you're underwater and gasping for air, you're not thinking about social media, your phone, or even food. Your entire being is focused on taking that next breath. That level of urgency is exactly what you need for success. Most people say they want to be successful, but when it comes to sacrificing comfort, leisure, and instant gratification, they hesitate. The truth is, wanting something a lot isn't enough. You need to want it so much that failure becomes an unacceptable outcome. This means putting your dream at the top of your priority list every single day. It may mean waking up earlier, going to bed later, and using every spare moment to work toward your goal. It also means removing distractions, avoiding people who drain your energy, and turning down opportunities that don't serve your bigger purpose. It's not just about working harder. It's about shifting your mindset so that your goal is as essential to you as air. When you adopt this mentality, you stop procrastinating, stop making excuses, and start making real progress because your brain treats your goal as a survival necessity rather than a casual desire. Rule number 2, outwork everyone in the room. Hard work may not always beat talent, but when talent gets lazy, hard work wins. To outwork everyone in the room, you don't just put in more hours, you put in smarter hours. This means showing up early, staying late, and maintaining a relentless pace while others slow down. But this isn't about unhealthy overwork. It's about being efficient, disciplined, and consistent. If you train, train harder. If you study, study deeper. If you network, connect with more people, and follow up faster. It's about being the person who can be counted on to go the extra mile without being asked. The key is consistency. Anyone can put in a burst of effort for a week or two, but sustained discipline over months and years builds an unshakable reputation and skill set. While others are binge watching shows or sleeping in, you're making progress. Over time, that gap becomes so wide that catching up is nearly impossible. The real secret is falling in love with the work itself. If you can enjoy the process of working hard, you'll never have to rely on bursts of motivation. Your work ethic becomes your default setting. Rule number 3, embrace the grind. The grind is not glamorous. It's early mornings when no one is watching, late nights when everyone else is relaxing, and long stretches of work that might feel invisible to the outside world. The grind is where results are forged, but it's also where most people quit because it's repetitive, uncomfortable, and rarely offers instant rewards. Embracing the grind means accepting that success is not built on occasional bursts of inspiration, but on daily discipline. You have to train your mind to see the grind as a friend, not an enemy. The gym session when you're tired, the 50th sales call after 49 rejections, the hour spent refining one small detail. These are the moments that separate those who dream from those who achieve. The grind also teaches you patience. When you plant seeds, you don't dig them up the next day to check if they've sprouted. You water them consistently and trust the process. In the same way, you can't expect to see huge results overnight. The grind is your watering process. And the longer you stick with it, the more inevitable your growth becomes. To embrace the grind, you must develop routines that run on autopilot. Don't rely on willpower alone. Build habits, create schedules, and set boundaries so the grind becomes part of your lifestyle. Once you stop fighting it and start working with it, you'll realize that the grind is where mastery is born. Rule number 4, have a strong why. Your why is the emotional fuel behind your goals. It's the reason you keep going when everything inside you wants to quit. Without a stronger why, you'll give up at the first major obstacle because the pain of pushing forward will feel greater than the reward of succeeding. A stronger why is deeply personal. It might be providing a better life for your family, proving something to yourself, breaking a generational cycle, or making a meaningful impact in your community. Whatever it is, it has to matter enough to pull you through moments of doubt. Once you know your why, write it down, Keep it visible and revisit it often. Motivation fades, but a powerful why acts like a compass, reminding you where you're headed and why it matters. It's also important to align your daily actions with your why. If your why is to be financially free, but you spend recklessly or waste time on low-value work, you're contradicting yourself. Living in alignment with your why makes decisions clearer. If something doesn't move you closer to it, you either eliminate it or adjust it. When your why is strong enough, the how becomes easier. You'll figure out the skills, the network, and the strategies because your why keeps you committed through the hard parts. Rule number 5, turn pain into power. Everyone faces pain, rejection, loss, setbacks, and failures. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit is how they respond to it. Turning pain into power means using your struggles as fuel rather than anchors. Instead of letting pain paralyze you, you let it drive you. Pain can sharpen focus. When something hurts deeply, it can push you to work harder, smarter, and more intentionally than ever before. Athletes often use the sting of a loss to train with more intensity. Entrepreneurs use business failures as lessons that lead to future wins. The key is reframing pain not as a sign to stop, but as an opportunity to grow stronger. This doesn't mean ignoring the emotional weight of challenges. It means processing them, learning from them, and channeling them into productive action. Ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can I use this to my advantage? Pain also builds resilience. Once you've been through something difficult and survived, your threshold for future challenges increases. You begin to realize that discomfort is temporary, but the strength you gain from enduring it lasts. Turning pain into power transforms setbacks into stepping stones. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the architect of your comeback. And that mindset, once developed, makes you almost unstoppable. So as you leave here today, remember, success isn't about luck, talent, or waiting for the right moment. It's about relentless desire, hard work, unshakable purpose, and the courage to turn every challenge into an opportunity. Carry these rules with you, live them daily, and let them guide you to the life you've always envisioned. The journey will test you, but if you refuse to quit, it will also transform you. Your future is waiting. Now go out there and claim it.